How's it going, everyone? It is Andre Williams, and over here we talk stocks and we focus on one thing. Always protect your profits. And today we're going to be talking about Mullen, which was down around 7.40%. I should say almost 7.40%. I was unable to get some videos out for you guys. I had some business to take care of. I won't waste any more time. Let's jump into the agenda. If you're new to this channel, I just want to let you know we have timestamps down below inside the description. But if you're a shareholder, you're thinking about taking a position, I highly suggest you watch this full entire video. So the first thing we're going to go over is a technical analysis. We're going to be taking a look at the overall price action. We want to know support, we want to know resistance, we want to know what it looks like in the bearish case scenario and as well as in the bullish case scenario. And then we're going to be going on Fintel, taking a look at the recent short interest information. The reason why this is important because it does have an impact on the way the stock performs. And then we're going to be taking a look at the order flow distribution. We want to know the buying and the selling behavior on the retail side and as well as on the institutional side. And then when all of that is done, we'll be going into the final thoughts and as well as some more details. So let's get to it. So we're going to do a technical analysis for Mullen. Let's see how it performed on the day. So it ended up closing at $1.13, being down 7.38%. On the low, it tested $1.10, and then on the high, testing $1.17. When we take a look at the volume stats on the day, you can see we traded at 49.326 million shares, and the average volume over 10 trading days is at 62.769 million shares. So we have below average volume on the day, and we also seen a slight pullback in the stock. Now, when we take a look at our chart, which is the daily chart, you can see from the RSI down below is at 43.51. And then when we take a look at our moving averages here on the chart, we are below the 200-day, we're below the 50-day, and as well as the 21-day EMA. And it's clear to see that Mullen is in a bear market, trading below all of our major moving averages. So we could see we are coming back down to testing this support to $1. Very well known area. We tested a low of the day at $1.10 and the high being at $1.17. It also has been selling off quite a bit, as you can see from the pattern here. We have lower lows and as well as lower highs. So this is definitely not a great sign, but we want to see bulls stepping in at $1. If they don't step in at $1, then we know the next level to keep an eye on will be right here around 93 cents. And if we break through that level, we want to see buyers coming in the mid 70-cent range, around 73 to 75 cents. Why am I bringing up these levels? These are areas we bounced off the past, as you can clearly see from the chart. But if you want to see a turnaround now, of course, Mullen's going to have to get above the 21-day EMA at $1.28. So let's see how it performs going into tomorrow. So we're going to take a look at the recent short interest information from Mullen. So the off-exchange short volume ratio is at 34.79%. And then for the off-exchange short volume, it is just over 10.70 million shares. Scrolling down on the page, the short shares availability is at 300,000, updated 20 minutes ago. And then for the short ball fee rate, it is at 38.61%. And then when we take a look at the history of the short volume, we can see for the close of the 27th, it was at 46.41. And then when we take a look at the close for the 28th, it is at 34.79. So it went down a bit there. And then taking a look at the short interest percentage of the float being at 9.70%. You guessed it, we need that buying volume coming into the play, and then we can start seeing it making a move to the upside. Now let's move on to the order flow distribution. Now let's take a look at the order flow distribution for Mullen. So we see on the inflow, it is at 11.76 million, and then on the outflow, it's at 9.17 million. So we had an inflow day. Taking a look at the breakdown, on the large, it was 4.57 million. On the medium, it was 5.17 million, and then on the small, it was 2.02 million. Taking a look at the outflow side, you can see on the large it was 3.75 million, on the medium it was 4.08 million, and then on the small it was 1.34 million. Taking a look at the large scale orders in the last 5 days, you can see for June the 29th we had that inflow of 0.83 million, and then for the 28th we had that outflow of 1.34 million. Analyzing the numbers even further for the small scale orders that tends to represent the retail side, you can see that we had more buying than we had selling. And then when we take a look at what happened on the medium, we had more buying than we had selling. And then for the large, which represents whales, institutions, and funds, we had more buying than we had selling. And then when we take a look at the turnover ratio, it was at 10.50%. So this is not too bad for a stock like Mullen, and we can clearly see there's a lot of volatility, which we are used to already. We also do see a lot of selling pressure in the markets. Plus, on top of that, we do have a catalyst that's going to be coming out tomorrow for June the 30th. I'll talk about it in the final thoughts, so let's get into it right now. So for my final thoughts for Mullen, before we start talking about the price action, so we have a big catalyst coming up tomorrow on June the 30th. We should be getting details on the Fortune 500 company that's going to be purchasing their EV vans. And that news, I know many investors are looking forward to, many swing traders as well. So please keep an eye on this. Keep your ears to the street. This is very important because it will have an impact on the stock. And I want to make sure that you guys are prepared, especially if you're looking at trading this thing for tomorrow. Again, very big catalyst here. Now, when we talk about the price action, I ended up seeing a high at $1.17. And as far as for the low of the day, it saw it at $1.10. We have the 21-day EMA, which is at $1.28. So of course, as far as the price action that we had today, it was underwhelming. But at the same time, going into tomorrow, we can end up seeing a big time move. So I want to make sure that you guys are fully aware of that level at 117, because if we can break above it, that's where I want to see us get to that 21-day EMA and then break above that level as well. As far as the technicals and how it's looking on the chart, it is bearish. It has been forming lower lows and as well as lower highs consistently. But we've also seen this stock pull back to $1 and then make a move up. We've also seen it pull back further than that around 93 cents and then move up. We've seen it pull back in the mid 70-cent range between 73 and as well as 75 and move up as well. So that's why I'm saying you want to make sure you're prepared. Know these levels. It is very crucial for you to see success. Many people are going to tell you, you know what, just hurry, get in, buy up some shares now. I feel that is not the smart thing to do. You need to have a strategy. You just can't rely on what people are saying. Get the numbers in front of you and see if it works well for you. You have to look out for yourself. Also, when we went on Fintel, taking a look at the recent short interest information, you could clearly see that the borrow fee has been going up. It's quite elevated. And as far as for the short volume, shorts are heavily vested. So that is why the moment we get that catalyst, this stock could take off very quickly. And that's why I also want to suggest to you guys, keep an eye on the market conditions. Many people will tell you, well, you know what? The market conditions don't even matter. They do matter, because if they do end up having a spike and the market is extremely bearish and there's a lot of selling that is going on, you really think that spike is going to last a long time? No, it's not. Let's be realistic here. Have a game plan, have an objective, know your entry, know your exit, and execute it. The last thing that you want to do is rely on emotions. The moment you get emotions involved, that's when you're going to start getting burned in the market. I've seen it over and over again, and I've also had many members inside of Discord who are Mullen shareholders and that also trade it on a daily basis, and they say the same thing. Dre, thank you for letting me know to protect my profits and always have a game plan before buying any stock. And I want to make sure you guys are doing that the same. I do look out for my YouTube fam at the end of the day. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I can't wait to see how the stock performs going into tomorrow. We'll talk soon.